Hey everyone, it is Julie here with TipRanks, and today we're taking a look at 3 trending stocks in the finance industry. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed a great long weekend. Today we're taking a look at 3 finance stocks that are trending. This means they've been picking up a lot of attention from Wall Street analysts. So we're going to take a look at these companies, what has them in the headlines recently, and how those Wall Street analysts are weighing in on the stock's potential. We found these stocks today using the TipRanks Trending Stocks page. Found under the Tools section on TipRanks.com, here you're going to find companies that are the most, best, or worst rated over the last 72 hours, 7 days, or 30 days. Today, we're going to take a look at this past week. All 3 companies today kicked off earnings season last week with earnings reports on Friday. So we're now seeing a lot of analysts weigh in after they've had a chance to digest those. We're going to start things off with JP Morgan. They trade under the ticker JPM and are currently priced at $167 per share. Over the past year, they have seen growth of 22%, but focusing in on this past week, we can see they took a spike up here and then a drop down. For their fourth quarter, JP Morgan did report mixed results, and their Q4 profit took a hit after they had to pay a $2.9 billion fee as part of the government's acquisition of failed regional banks last year. They reported earnings per share of $3.90 and reported revenue of $38.6 billion. Their CEO made comments that they ended the year with a solid quarter, producing net income of $9.3 billion. Their CEO commented that they ended the year with a solid quarter, producing net income of $9.3 billion or $12.1 billion excluding the FDIC special assessment and discretionary security losses. Their record results in 2023 reflect over-earnings on both their N2 and credit, but they remain confident in their ability to deliver a very healthy return even after they normalize. In the past 7 days, we have seen 12 analysts reiterate their price targets on the JP Morgan stock. One of those is a 5-star analyst at BMO. Now, they do have a hold rating on the stock, but increased their price target. They said that the company's higher than previously modeled net interest income is more than offset by higher expected operating expenses, lower CIB revenues, higher credit costs, and lower buybacks. JP Morgan will be a long-term market share gainer among U.S. banks, but it is too early to buy shares before the credit cycle has even begun. Feeling a bit more bullish is a 5-star analyst from Oppenheimer who just reiterated their buy. They did note that the adjusted earnings per share of $3.04 was below the expectations after that fee, but that the figures are subject to one-time noise with various consensus assumptions. Overall, the JP Morgan stock does come in as a strong buy based on 21 current analyst ratings, breaking down to 16 buys and 5 holds. The average price target comes in at $184, which would be an upside potential of about 10%. Down below, we can see that hold rating from BMO has an upside of 15%, while Oppenheimer comes in a bit higher at 38%. On the low end, we do have some buy ratings where the price target has already been surpassed with a downside of 5%. Our second trending finance stock is BlackRock. They trade under the ticker BLK and are priced at $790 per share. Overall, they've seen growth of 8.5% over the past year, including growth of over 10% in the last 6 months, but overall this past week are fairly flat, down 0.7% after some spikes and dips. BlackRock did report an earnings beat for their fourth quarter and also announced that they'd be acquiring GIP, or Global Infrastructure Partners, in a $12 billion deal. They reported revenue of $4.9 billion and earnings per share of $9.66 came in comfortably ahead of analysts' expectations. They also reported $10 trillion in assets under management following $289 billion of full-year net inflows. Regarding their acquisition of GIP, they said it will propel their leadership in the fast-growing market for hard asset infrastructure. The combination of BlackRock infrastructure with GIP will make them the second largest private markets infrastructure manager with over $150 billion in total AUM. And following this earnings report, we had one 5-star analyst from TD Cowen upgrade their rating on the stock. With a price target of $938, analyst Bill Katz said that the upgrade reflects a stronger outlook for BlackRock's legacy platform and implications post the GIP deal. The firm believes that the deal alters the narrative for BlackRock and they see a path up to $1,000 per share. And it seems many analysts would agree, as we are mostly seeing buy ratings coming in on BlackRock. Right now they're a strong buy with 10 buys and 2 holds. The average price target of $898 would be an upside potential of 13.5%. Down below, we can see all those recent ratings coming in. One of our holds on the low end with a downside of 7%. Most of the other ratings there are in the teens to the double digits, with a high-end price target coming from Bank of America over $1,000 per share for an upside of 29%. And our third trending finance stock is Citigroup. They trade under the ticker C, currently priced just shy of $52 per share. Over the past year, they've seen upside of 7.8%, including growth of nearly 15% in the last 6 months. And looking at the past week, once again, we have some jumps and dips here, fairly flat overall. In what their CEO called a very disappointing quarter, Citigroup did post a loss. They saw a loss of $1.8 billion, but $1.7 billion was that FDIC special fee in relation to the failed regional banks. For their fourth quarter, they saw revenues of $17.4 billion and a loss per share of $1.16. For the full year, 2023 revenues came in at $78.5 billion. Their CEO said that while the fourth quarter was very disappointing due to the impact of notable items, we made substantial progress simplifying Citi and executing our strategy in 2023. With Citigroup, we're seeing a lot more mixed opinions, not feeling quite as bullish. And we did have one analyst from BMO that downgraded their buy rating to a hold. They noted that Citi shares tend to underperform those of their money-centered peers during periods of risk-off or negative sentiment among U.S. bank stock investors, which BMO forecasts will accompany the impending system-wide credit cycle from Q4 of 2023 to Q4 of 2025. On the other hand, we did have some analysts increase price targets, including one at Bank of America. The firm noted that shares reacted positively to the fiscal 2024 revenue and expense guidance, and that during the earnings conference call, their CEO and CFO reiterated confidence in delivering 4 to 5% in annual revenue growth, highlighting their flex to mitigate any potential revenue shortfalls. Overall, the Citigroup stock does come in as a moderate buy based on 17 current analyst ratings, and we have more holds coming in than anything, with 7 buys, 9 holds, and 1 sell. The moderate buy rating comes with an average price target of over $59, which would be an upside potential of 15%. Looking at our most recent ratings down below, we have a high-end price target from Oppenheimer here with an upside of 79%, so feeling quite bullish there. A lot of holds in these single digits here, and on the low end, our 1 sell rating, which was downgraded with a downside of 17%. So that is a quick look at 3 finance stocks, all trending with Wall Street Analysts following their earnings report last week. Let me know your thoughts on these companies, how you reacted to their reports, and which one you're feeling most bullish on. I always love hearing from you guys. Of course, please keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock, just sharing you what Wall Street is up to, so please make sure you always do your own research and due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.